Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Sensor 360 Investor, where we leverage best practices from the business world around the globe and apply them to the investing process. Investing has many facets to it, and here we incorporate a 360 view framework, which helps us to create, grow, and manage wealth. In this video, we are going to focus on equities and short-term trading of stocks. And the agenda is going to focus around, we're going to use a free web tool called FinViz. And this is actually a pretty powerful tool, and you can do quite a bit just with the free offering on the website. So I'm going to take you through how to use this, and we'll run it all the way through. And then, but at the end of this session, you can use this yourself, take the parameters that I gave you, and begin running the process on a daily to weekly basis. Before we begin, a quick word on the disclaimer. Please remember to pause the video and read through this. And key thing is that this is not financial advice. Okay, so without much further ado, let's start the show. So here is if you haven't seen the 6 key factors to growth stocks, this is the link to the video down here. So you can copy this and paste it into YouTube, or you can go to my channel and look for the video on growth fundamental factors. Okay, so when you go to your browser, type in www.finviz.com, and you will be presented with the homepage. So click on Screener up here, which is the third item in this menu bar. So click on Screener, and you'll be presented with initially a shorter version of the screening parameters, which is usually defaulted to one of these. So the next thing you want to do is click on all. So you go to finviz.com, click Screener. After clicking Screener, click all. Then you can see all of these parameters that you can use. Now, what I've done is I've pre-filled in what I typically use, and so those are in yellow. And you can play around with these values yourself and tweak it to, and personalize it. But for me, this actually is pretty good, so I just kind of stick with this. And you can also think, if you're a member, you can save this, but it just takes a couple of seconds to make the selections. I tend to stick with the NASDAQ, because that's where most of the growthy stocks are, especially for the shorter term trading. So we've got the margins, we've got volatile stocks, we've got the institutional quality factors like prices over 10, and then I've also included, in addition to the 6 key factors, some technical factors, because I want to see that the stock that I'm looking at for trading or for longer term is trending in the direction I want it to go. So in this case, I want a bullish aspect. And for shorter term trading, I want to see, that there's a low level of volatility where I can capture some gains. And then again, I want some the trend is going to be up. And institutionally, I want to see some level of institutional investment serves at the average daily volume to 400,000. And then here we have earnings for the quarter and sales for the quarter. Return on investment. So FinViz is one of the few screeners where you can get return on investment. So I like that to be over 10%, and we want gross margins to be positive. So if I run this against all of the stocks in the NASDAQ, then what we see is that it shows you the results, and it defaults to this overview tab. And what I've done is I've reorganized this by clicking volume. So I want to see it in descending volume. So this shows me the more institutional level stocks at the top, and then it works its way down to the smaller ones. And we can see that lowest one that qualified, trades 475,000 shares. So the next thing I want to do is I eyeball industry. I have a fairly good idea which industries I want to invest in. So I want to invest in growth. So in this list, typically, I know energy is running, and so we have a peculiarity at the moment in terms of leadership, but typically I'd be looking for like tech. And so here we have a desk, software application, and computer hardware. So I'm going to pay attention to those two in particular, but I will obviously review all of these. And from a large number of stocks, this boiled it down to 8, and it only takes a few minutes to review this. So just take a look. By clicking on the charts in the menu option, it will then show you thumbnail daily charts of all your stocks that made the screen. And you're going to take a quick look. So APA, so this one's actually, trending up in the longer term. This is a year-to-date chart. It's got a falling channel now. It's reversed there. You can see it's now breaking out again. Lululemon is kind of neutral for me because it's just going sideways. It is narrowing with this like triangle pattern now. So we'll see which way that resolves. STLD is also kind of in a wedging pattern here, and this one has now broken up to the upside. FANG similar. It was kind of in this consolidation, and now it's broken out there. Autodesk, this one I was looking at. So you can see the downtrend coming here, and now this has changed trend. So it looks like the trend has changed from the down, and it's starting to put in a higher low type of pattern there. So as with Wing, SMCI was the other growth stock. So this is probably the nicest bullish chart of all of these. So we have a nice little uptrend, a couple of gap ups, higher low, up to the top of the channel, pulls back fairly orderly, not much volume here, and then gapped up. And this one, when I ran this screen last week, it was also on there, so it could have been bought on this gap. It still can be bought. I'm not going to go into entry pivots here today, but you can see how clean and quick the process is. And then PDSE has been making a kind of a consolidation pattern. Look into try and take out that $70, and if it does, then it's likely to go to the upside. In my normal process, here's SMCI. So I would have seen SMCI, which I did several weeks in a row at the Sunday night stock review, where we look at momentum stocks for position trading. And we can see it had a nice consolidation, undercut the 10-week, and then a strong thrust up the prior week, takes it back above that 10-week line. And that it would have been an entry point. And so you could have been in this Friday night or Monday morning. And then on the day, we can see a nice big reversal, upside reversal day here on massive volume. And then we have a follow through day. So that's all looking constructive. And that's, and I use FinViz when I'm on the road and I don't have my computer with me, because it is web-based, and you can see how quickly you can create a watch list. So just to check back, the 6 key factors that are listed within the video, talk about revenues, margins, earnings, cash, industry and sectors, institutional interest, and ROIC. All of these we were able to check in the scanner, in the FinViz screener. And in an upcoming video, I'm actually going to show you an alternative way to drill down using hot industries. That is a very lucrative way of finding good, strong momentum. And then finally, in this one, we also added technicals, which I didn't talk about in the growth stock fundamental factors, since that's looking at fundamentals and this is looking at technicals. Okay, so just to wrap up, then that was the screening for growth stocks the easy way. And as a reminder, please do read through the disclaimer. It's if you haven't read this before and not familiar with it. So I'll just give you a couple of seconds to do that before we close. Okay, so that wraps up the video for this time. Thank you for watching and listening. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.